Hi guys, the first thing that we're going to be doing for this project is you're going to get a piece of paper and you're going to get a plate. And what you're going to do is you are going to take the plate, put it right in the middle of your paper, and you are going to trace right around the edge of the plate. And the plate is just big enough for the paper, so it's okay if your plate goes, if your circle goes off the paper. Alphonse Mucha would have that. Sometimes he would have just part of a circle and not a full circle, so that's perfectly fine. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our silhouette. So we're going to put the profile of a picture. So what I have here is an already cut out profile. You can flip it whichever direction you want, whichever way you do it. The curve should fit fairly well on the edge of the circle. And then I'm going to trace my silhouette all the way around. And then if I make mistakes, I can always go back and erase those mistakes after I'm done tracing. So now I've got the beginnings of what will be a very cool drawing. Once I have the silhouette traced, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple guidelines in figuring out where to put my ear. So I'm going to go find the middle of my neck, somewhere right smack dab in the middle, and I'm going to draw a line that goes up. So I'm kind of dividing the neck in half. Then I'm going to come at the very bottom of my nose, and I'm going to go across, and the very top of my nose, and I'm going to go across. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, in this section, you can kind of see where the middle of the neck and the nose meet together in this middle area. I'm going to draw an ear. So depending on which direction your head is going, for me I'm going to make a backward C. If my head was flipped the other directions, I would make a frontward C. Then I'm going to erase my guidelines, and that is the correct placement for an ear. And then to make the eye, what I'm going to do is right where the curve of the nose is, I'm going to go a little bit in and I'm going to make a little part of a C. So I'm not going to make it very deep. I'm just going to make a little part of a C. And then I'm going to put a dot behind, not very deep, but I'm going to connect the top of the C to that dot and the bottom of the C to that dot. Then, if I turn that C into like an oval, that makes my eye. The last thing I'm going to add on here is hair. Hair is going to go somewhere in the middle between the eye and the top of the head, so I'm going to kind of find a middle mark. And the hair is going to go around the ear. And then depending on where you want to cut the hair, it could go all the way down or it could go across if you wanted to make a boy hair. Now this looks a little silly because the hair actually goes above this line that I drew. So I'm actually going to end up making the hair a little bit taller, and I'm going to eventually erase this line. We're going to make things a little bit nicer here. I'll bring maybe some tendrils coming down and things like that. So I'll come back and show you what my final product is looking like. Once I have my person all drawn out, then I'm going to start adding some decorations around the edge. So maybe what I'll do is I'll start by adding almost like flower petals. And at this point, you could probably use that protractor that was given to you. Help make some of the curves and some of the patterns inside the circle around the girl. And I can even make a rim, an extra rim, if I wanted to. So like almost like drawing a bigger plate or a bigger circle around my circle. And I can even add some decorations in the middle of that as well. Now that I have my silhouette done and I have some designs on the background and in the circle, the next thing that I'll do is outline it. So in order to outline it, I'm going to use my Sharpie. Just like Alphonse Mucha would outline a bunch of his pieces, we're going to do the exact same. When you're finished with your Sharpie, you're going to bring it to me, and then I will give you the next part.